Today in the crypto space, we see the market holding steady. Bitcoin right around $68,000, Ethereum right around that $3,900 mark. The rest of the crypto space, the altcoins, are pretty much in the green. We have Solana, AVAX, Matic, BNB, Phantom, and many more reaching for higher levels. In today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about a new project that I haven't talked about in the past, and that project is called CREO ENGINE. So you know what? Let's talk about the news. Let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunities. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 7:30 Eastern, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover here on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. And of course, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. All right, guys, let's begin. We can see that Bitcoin right now is holding steady very nicely. It could break out, no doubt. It could take a dip, no doubt. But as long as Bitcoin stays within a nice range that is well defined, we could expect the altcoins to take full advantage of the boring Bitcoin price. Ethereum is definitely going sideways as well, maybe looking for that breakout to the upside. It has been looking a lot better than Bitcoin, definitely showing a bit of dominance here over Bitcoin. And the altcoins as well are looking really, really good. Look at BNB running to the upside. $470 for BNB, guys. It reclaimed previous price action. Solana's a beast, another leg to the upside. $150 for Solana, maybe reaching that $200 mark. You never know what could happen here, but Sol is looking great. And if we continue going down the market, it's either we see some of these altcoins going sideways, waiting for their turn for another pop, like Polkadot is at the breakout point, guys. We're waiting for Polkadot to break out, and many others are kind of in the same boat. Nice rounded bottoms at the breakout zone. And we definitely see some of these altcoins looking for higher levels, like Matic is looking juicy, ready for a break to the upside. And if the list goes on, guys, New York Protocol doing very well, potentially in a short-term consolidation, preparing a bull flag for a continuation to the upside. Look at the last 7 days here on your protocol, up 40%, give or take, looking pretty good. Guys, we got into near protocol very, very early. I've been holding a bag for a while here. Very bullish on your protocol. But at the end of the day, that's the issue, is that when there's no action and no interest and no hype, individuals don't start looking at the project. And this is where now I'm going to expect a lot of the retail market interested in buying some near protocol. Guys, the good news is that we just kind of got started. The reality is it just got started for a market cap of about $6 billion. The reality is it is a large market cap, but it just got started, right? We're going to see some good moves here in these larger cap altcoins as well. The money flow will definitely get it going, and we'll get some of the capital flowing from Bitcoin to Ethereum and some of the large caps. Filecoin going sideways. We have Leo going sideways. Optimism looking for a breakout potentially. BitTensor's a beast, doing its thing, up 20% in 7 days. And as we go down the list, we definitely see some really good gainers. Of course, Render, guys, has no chill, keeps on going to the upside. Another 14% for today. Definitely looking for higher levels here. Injective, you know, the AI narrative is definitely leading right now. It's doing such good stuff here, but ultimately, you know, expect the party to be over. You know, and in about a week or so, we could see a bit of a different change in narrative strength, and that's when you should be looking at, you know, taking profits beforehand. You know, front run the profit taking, be prepared for any dips and so on. Casput still grinding to the downside. Yes, it did get a little bit of a pop today, 6-7%, not bad, but still, you know, it's still potentially looking for a slow grind to the downside. Same with VeChain. Let it do its thing. Let's be patient here. GRT booking it to the higher levels, breaking out of previous price action, looking good. A lot of good momentum here on the graph since it broke out, guys. Since the video on the graph, since when was the video on the graph? Let's see where that video is, because that's how I recall the previous price action. Zilliqa has been ready to run, guys. Cubic, if you missed out on that deep dive, speaking of deep dives, I'm going to be releasing my next deep dive on Sunday. Phantom has been breaking it, doing really, really good. Neon is ready to run. Arbitrum ready to run. Guys, we've been killing it here on the channel, basically front running a lot of the price action here. Joystream is ready to run in my opinion. Obviously, getting a bounce at the bottom of the range is probably pretty good if it happens. And we got a lot of good videos here. Yeah, the last time I did a video on, I can't really find it. It's here somewhere, but we did cover it. No doubt we did cover it. We covered it very, very earlier on, and we have a lot of good projects that we covered early on, and we're waiting for BitTensor. Is definitely an early project of ours here on the channel. Finding early entries is pretty much what we do here, and finding opportunities at bottoms and horizontal support. So we've been doing pretty good. Crust, I'm waiting for Crust to wake up. Definitely some good ones here. We have Phantom, guys. 4 months ago, we were talking about Phantom, and that's the issue. When it's quiet, nothing happens, and that's what I'm expecting to happen here with Near Protocol and many others that we talk about on a daily basis. VeChain, the Graph, and so on. A lot of them are quiet, and we got to be prepared that way. Celestia's, I'm looking for an entry on TIA, guys. If I can get a nice entry on TIA, I'll be happy to get in. But if I don't, I'm not going to be chasing any pump. I'm going to be waiting for a nice bottom. Arweave doing good, no chill, still it keeps on going to the upside, doing its thing. Happy for that. And you can see the general market is pretty much following suit here. A lot of green price action, a lot of good pumps, a lot of good momentum. Akash is definitely waking up, 13% today. Not bad there. Another 13 for Ribbon Finance. I have no idea what this is, but definitely doing good. And the list goes on and on and on. Guys, there's no sign of weakness just yet, right? So shorting a market right now is not the greatest idea, and taking too much profit obviously is not the greatest idea either. DCA in, DCA out. That way you have your bases covered and find a nice equilibrium, find a nice balance where you have some exposure, but at the same time you've taken a bit of profit off the top. That way you have some capital to buy dips just in case if we get a retracement. Guys, join me live tonight at 7:30 Eastern. We'll be talking about the overall market again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the Bitcoin dominance, to see exactly what could be happening here in the next couple weeks for these altcoins. Guys, I'm expecting an altcoin season very, very soon. All right, guys, I know you're here to talk about charts. Let's begin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing its thing here, still hovering around this level. As long as we see Bitcoin hovering around this 69, 68, even up down to about 64. Guys, for that matter, we might even come down and backtest the previous breakout zone and still will stay within a decent range. And if that's the case, guys, we're going to see altcoins do very well. Given a breather in Bitcoin means that people will be putting their capital into other volatility and looking for trading opportunities, and of course that's where the altcoins come in. Let's look at this in a little bit more detail. Bitcoin going sideways is what we need. We see the momentum kind of getting a bit of a dip and a bit of a reset. We see the MACD almost reset. It kind of is giving us an indication that it's reset and it's done. We're getting an EMA cross right now. We can potentially get some green histogram bars to the upside, so looking pretty good here for continuation on Bitcoin. So there's nothing much to be said here. As long as Bitcoin is doing what it's doing, we could expect altcoins to do well. And as we've seen when we ran through the top 100, a lot of the altcoins are still very green, and they're definitely showing dominance over Bitcoin. A lot of good altcoins, obviously not all of them, but if you're in the right basket of altcoins, they are definitely showing strength. All right, guys, let's jump right into the project that I want to talk about today. It's called CREO Engine. There's a bit of buzz around it. I'm hearing a lot of individuals talk about it. I love the back test. I love the clarity here and the invalidation of the bullish move. You can see that ultimately we got a nice back test. We basically got a nice volume gap here. If we kind of include or stretch this out a little bit, you'll see that the price action is pretty decent. What we try to find is invalidation for a thesis, and the only thing that we can use is volume, right? Market participation, volume, and so on. And at this current level, really, we got a couple bottoms, and that was our horizontal support. We got the 200 daily EMA, very nice down here at this level, potentially to act as support. But really, we're showing strength here. We're making higher highs and higher lows, ready to blast and potentially get to a previous highs and maybe get into price discovery. This rounded bottom gets me very, very interested, right? And what gets me more interested is the momentum and the trend oscillators, the MACD and the RSI. Okay, let's take a look at what's the invalidation still. If you get into a fresh long, just be aware that you're almost in a breakout trade, which means that you're not buying bottoms anymore. Okay, and you'll notice that across the market, a lot of altcoins are in the same boat. They are looking for breakouts. They're at tops ready to break previous price action. And that's something that you got to, basically come to terms with. You have to have a strategy to protect your initial investment, your capital that you get in with. Now, if we get rejected here, based on the fact that we kind of got rejected here, could we get rejected here? Look at the nice little trend that we got going on here. Let's connect all these tops so you can see the trend very nicely. And the trend at the bottom is super nice as well. I can assume that, some individuals might call this maybe a bear flag, impulsive move, consolidation, impulsive move, or a bull flag, impulsive move, consolidation, impulsive move. Guys, whatever it is, at the end of the day, we're holding support. The way the market conditions are going right now, we have a bit of confidence to suggest that we're going to be looking for higher levels. CREO is a small cap project. We could get some good volatility to the upside. And ultimately, what I like is the momentum. The MACD got the RSI got some nice support right here at the chop zone. Once, twice, 3 times, multiple times right into this level at 50% mark, which means that it's likely to want to get overbought. Now, what I'm saying here is that it could be possible that we don't beat the previous overbought scenario, like coming up and make a higher high. We could just make a lower high here, but it doesn't mean that the price action can't make a higher high. That would be a class A bearish divergence. Now, let's say, at least it comes up, double tops, does fairly well. We can invalidate any bearish divergence, but what I do see here is the potential to see the momentum get overbought, given the fact that it got a nice horizontal support and the fact that the price action is making higher highs and higher lows off of the horizontal, the strong horizontal that we can see here. And what I also like, guys, I'm not going to leave it behind, it's the volume. Look at this volume right into here. It went pretty stale right into the zone, and then all of a sudden market participation is interested again. So in the fact is that we're making higher highs and higher lows, and we see volume coming in. That means that the majority of the volume is staying in. That means that there are a bunch of holders accumulating, and this is why the price is moving upwards. And generally speaking, guys, this is where you want to start looking for good entries. Now, the entry, I'll admit, it's not the best because you're at a breakout zone, potentially almost at the breakout zone. So the risk to reward is not healthy because the ultimate level of risk is at the previous high. Okay, let's just hypothetically put it right into here, very raw, very loose, and we can see that if we get to this level, we'll have a nice rounded bottom. And I'm sure that many individuals will call it a nice, cup to a potential handle, which would be absolutely bullish. Now, the handle could retrace significantly. It could come down as low as 50%, which means a 50% dip from its bottom to the top, a 50% Fibonacci retracement would probably bring you back close to the current level, which means that on a retracement off a cup and handle or the handle itself could give you the same opportunity as it is now. However, the difference is with the handle, you're getting a confirmation low. You're getting a higher low. At this current moment, the way things are, you could be buying the top and it could come right down. So we have to really understand that sometimes waiting for a back test, even if it is a retracement on a handle from a cup and handle, a retracement from some sort of bull flag, that's very healthy as well, or a descending wedge of some sort that retraces to the lower levels and gives you the opportunity to get that confirmation. So we do see an upward sloping channel very clearly here, and we could come down still to the bottom of the range given the current structure because we haven't broke any structure. All right, the MACD is looking pretty good. EMAs to the upside, green histogram bars, which suggest that the trend to the upside is picking up. You can see the ebb and flows here in the trend strength. The bullish trend strength is slowly picking up, getting higher and higher, which means that eventually the bulls should take control here. And a lot of good confluence to suggest here on the daily that we could be looking for that breakout to the upside. So what we look for is confluence, because confluence gives us confidence. And at the end of the day, there's no certainties, but with a certain degree, we can get in here confidently by putting in a little bit of a bag and getting that going, right? So I really want to get on the weekly here for a second to see what's going on, because big picture, the weekly has been doing very well. We already got overbought. We got coming down for a bit of retracement. We could go up for a bit of a back test and still make a lower high on the RSI, but make higher highs on the price action. Okay, guys? So a bearish divergence could still be here, but as long as the price makes a higher high, guys, we're still good. We can still invalidate the bearish divergence if it does come around. We could still even make a higher high even on this price, on this momentum, and still rocket to the top and keep on going. I like this bull flag, the way it is working out right right now, it does look like it's trying to break the previous high. Okay, so keep in mind that this whole zone is a decent DCA zone. Now, getting into a full bag right now is quite risky. Like I said, we could pull back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a box. I'm going to put a box that highlights a great DCA area, right? So sometimes I do this because, you know, the certainties, in this case, we can have a bit of a range to deal with. Buy a little bit right now, buy a little bit on a dip, on the diagonal, because diagonals I really don't like them, but horizontals I do. And if we come back down to test the horizontal, which I really don't think we're going to come down here to test this horizontal at about 6.1 cents, guys, at least you know that we've held support many times. In fact, we actually got a nice bounce to the upside, producing higher lows. Pretty good. Let's get onto the 4-hour real quick and see what's happening. Not even the 4-hour got severely overbought just yet. All of these peaks into here, although they're higher highs, haven't really got overbought with lots of conviction, which means there's a bit of room here to get to that level. I'm expecting a breakout. I'm expecting, as long as Bitcoin goes sideways and shows at least that we're not going to dump, and Ethereum showing strength that we're not going to dump, I think that ultimately we'll see a lot of these altcoins run, and CREO Engine being part of the Web3 gaming narrative should be a good bullish narrative for the up-and-coming bull run, and we should see a lot of capital flow into these projects, especially the low caps, because they have tons of opportunity for growth to the upside. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value here in this video, do the channel a massive favor and slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. I'm going to be live tonight at 7:30 Eastern talking about crypto news and price action. And of course, join the Discord, guys. The Discord is a great community, lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And don't forget, buy the dip.